Morning, everybody. So got our first breakdown on this 2022 Peterbilt 579. Had it for a week. we're off to a rough start. The low beam on the driver's side is not working, and it's a very fancy compartment right here, kind of like that. Then there's a screw-on lid right there, and then there's the bulb itself. It's not a bulb, it's a LED, light emitting diode. Very bright, but it has a little bit of power, but it's very low power, so the illumination is very, very weak. So there's a cap. The cap just screws over top of that. So evidently it's a very common problem with the Peterbilt 579. The wire harness comes up through here, snakes into the bulbs on both sides, but there's one point right there that it comes out from the frame, and then as it snakes through right here, you can see that the looming is damaged, and there's some wear right there. And I think there's a little bit more right here. So there and there. And what it is coming into, when the hood's closed, it's coming into contact with this flashing around the radiator. But you don't have that problem on the other side because there's no point of contact. So the main wire comes up from the frame right here, and then branches to the left and then to the right. So the right side's protected. It's the left side, and then you can see the rub. So I'm pretty sure that's shorted out right there. Now there's the fuses right here. I checked the fuses against the firewall. That's good. But it's this left-hand side low beam, and I did some research, and it seems to be a fairly common problem. Now, this truck only has 355,000 miles on it. I just bought it a week ago. So I haven't even put 2,500 miles on it. It's already got a breakdown. But it's still under warranty. The frame warranty was good for another 3 months. And then the engine and after treatment warranty was good for another 1.5 years. So I'm gonna take it to Peterbilt on my home time and see if it's covered under warranty. And if it is, they'll probably replace that whole wire harness. And then we'll see what kind of repair they do. But I may add additional flex tubing, plastic flex tubing around that wire bundle to protect the wires. It's just the vibration, going down the road. It's over 350,000 miles, that vibration and rubbing eventually broke down the insulation on that wires and the wire loom, and the wire shorted out. But other than that, the truck is running great. It's a shame that you have a breakdown right away after you buy a piece of equipment, but it is used equipment. It's not new, and I haven't found a truck yet that doesn't have issues. Even, I've driven some brand new trucks before when I first started out as a company driver. Even brand new trucks have minor issues, and I would consider this somewhat of a minor issue. So it was kind of expected. I would have thought my luck would be unusually good if I could go 6 months without a breakdown. But I was expecting it. I was expecting something. It's just the nature of the beast. When you buy used equipment, it's going to be in pretty good shape. It's not going to be perfect. And that's certainly the case with this truck. It's in great shape, but it's not perfect. I think it takes an experienced owner-operator who has a lot of experience with breakdowns to be able to troubleshoot and find stuff that's wrong with the truck. You know, an owner-operator will become so familiar with the truck from front to bumper to rear bumper, that they'll find everything. If you know, they will, if there's a problem with that truck, if that owner-operator has enough experience, they'll find it. You know, and that, I think that's true of all used equipment. You're gonna find what's wrong with it after you spend some time with it. But when you first go look at it, you go to buy it, you know, you have a limited amount of time, and you take your chances. That's why that warranty is so important too. You know, you want to get as much warranty on these trucks as you can, because it's not cheap. This truck here was $82,000. $82,000, didn't run a week without a breakdown. You know, so, but I don't know how you avoid that. I mean, you can go buy any truck, any used truck, I guarantee you're gonna find something. You know, you know, my next truck may be a brand new truck. I probably could afford it. A couple more years driving, I probably could afford to go buy brand new. But at the big picture of the things, this is probably pretty minor. It's probably under warranty, so I'm not gonna get too bent out of shape over it. The truck also has some air leaks, so we need to put it in the shop anyways, get all that tightened up, and then she'll be ready to go. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the internet.